Hello, everybody. Oh, how cool. There's new features on here. That's exciting to see. I can screen share on YouTube now. That's good to know. Anyway, hello, everyone. Welcome to Trivia Night. We'll wait a couple minutes to start so that more people can show up. But do let me know if you are here. Welcome, welcome. It is almost spooky time, which is my favorite time of the year. I will be going live on Halloween because Halloween is the best. But I don't know when. It'll be a surprise live, so keep an eye on your sub boxes. Hello, Ariel. Welcome, and thanks for the little topple. Topple says hello. Hello, Heart. I like that. Good day, Dr. Pickle. Thank you, Justin. I always forget to make sure live chat is on. There we go. Hello, Walker. Good to see you. We've got a good little crowd here. So as we wait for things to start, I have a little mini quiz. It's a one question mini quiz. It's that mini. If you know my pattern, you know what order I'm going in my channel for ASMR Around the World is the name of the series. Next month, we are going to be going to 2 capital cities. Can you guess what they are? We'll be going to 2 capital cities in November. Based on what you can tell by my order, can you guess what those 2 cities will be? And that's your first question. We'll see. But yeah. How is everyone doing, by the way? Hi, Em. Good to see you. Let me put that in a little pinned. Hold on, squeaky chair backing up. There we go. I wonder if I can just... No, okay, I guess I have to do it like this. Can you guess what 2 capital cities we will visit in November? And then I just have to pin it. There we go. Hey, Mohammed. That's okay. Oops, I pinned M. There we go. M had a little moment up there at the top. My bad. I misclicked. But yes, can you guess what 2 capital cities we will be visiting on my channel in November? Since I'm going in alphabetical order. Hello, young guy. Good to see you. Welcome. Not Canberra, unfortunately. Asian, that's debatable. Hey, Manish says we need a hint. Maybe Europe. One is in Europe for sure. The other one, I suppose, is technically in Asia. Let's see, we just did Andhra Pradesh on my channel today, so we are in the ANs. That's your hint. They both start with AN. It's next to my channel. I'm pulling up my mental calendar. What is next? Justin's got one. It's Ankara. Ankara is one, and not Brussels, unfortunately. Asian European. Well, that was Ankara. Turkey's considered a European country, but Ankara is technically in Asia, so it's a little iffy. What is the other one? And Ariel did guess that it is in Europe. It's a European capital city. And it's going to be the first country we go on the trivia today. So I want someone to guess it so I can seg right into trivia questions. It is in Europe. It is a capital city in Europe, not Amsterdam. No, it's not Amsterdam. It starts with A-N. Hey, Addie just went to bed. Perfect. You can relax. My kitten is freaking out because it's storming outside. So He's never heard of rain before in his whole little life, so he's been running laps around, so you might hear him in the background. Hart has got it. It is Andorra la Vella. It's the city. Sorry, Silvio, it's not Zagreb. Yeah, it is Andorra la Vella. So let's start off our trivia with countries that I'm covering in November, starting with Andorra. Hey, Alexander. Washington, D.C. is more European than Istanbul, says Alexander. That's debatable. That's a hot take. Anyway, I have for you 15 questions about Andorra. Hello, happy squirrels. Good to see you. Number one, what is Andorra famous for growing despite its notoriously poor quality? What is Andorra famous for growing despite its notoriously poor quality? There's a crop that they grow in Andorra, but because of the mountain elevations that they are in, the crop doesn't always come out that great. It's considered some of the worst in Europe. Not grapes. It's not grapes. I'll give you some more hints as you guys try to guess. What is Andorra famous for growing? Young Guy has got it. It is tobacco. Good job to Young Guy. The answer is tobacco. They grow tobacco. Number two. Andorra has two co-princes. One is the Bishop of Urgell. Who is the other? If you know their name, you can give me their name, but I'm going for the title. Since we have the Bishop of Urgell, I have no idea what his name is. Andorra has two co-princes. One is the Bishop of Urgell, not the Prince of Navarre. Maybe once upon a time, way, way, way long ago, but it is no longer that. Who is the other Prince of Andorra? And I will say that the co-prince role is ceremonial at this point. The Bishop of Urgell is not a prince. Sorry, Mohammed, I don't know Arabic. Joel has got it. It's Emmanuel Macron. Good job to Joel. The other co-prince is whoever is president of France. So right now, the other co-prince of Andorra is Emmanuel Macron. Isn't that interesting? We'll talk all about it when we talk about Andorra on my channel. Number three. Isn't that funny, Justin? Right, Manish? Isn't that strange that the president of France is also the Prince of Andorra? We'll talk about how that got to be on my channel next week. Number three. What is Andorra's official language? Hey, oh my gosh, it's Lou. Oh my gosh, you guys see Palsy Vlog there? That's my buddy Lou. Everyone say hello to Lou. He's the best. It is not French, it is Catalan. Good job to Joel. 2 in a row for Joel. The answer is Catalan. They speak Catalan. They'll answer in French, like they know French, but everyone there speaks Catalan. Number 4. Who is considered to be the founder of Andorra? It's debatable whether or not this story is true because there's no actual factual evidence of it, but historically, who founded Andorra? Young Guy has got it. It is Charlemagne. Good job to Young Guy. The answer is Charlemagne. Not a Russian adventure. We'll talk about that later, Justin. Number 5. What is Andorra's currency? What is Andorra's currency? What money do they use in Andorra? And Justin's got it. It is the euro. Good job to Justin for getting it first. The answer is the euro. Even though Andorra is not a part of the European Union, they use the euro. And they're not technically in the Eurozone either because they're not in the European Union, but they use the euro. I think that's cool. Number 6. Why did France occupy Andorra in the 1930s? Why did France occupy Andorra during the 1930s? DR is here and got it right away. It's because of the Spanish Civil War. Good job to DR for getting it first. The answer is because of the Spanish Civil War. They didn't want Franco or anyone hopping over to Andorra and doing bad things, Civil War things, I guess. Number 7. In 1934, a guy proclaimed himself King of Andorra. What country was he really from? Were they independent in the war? Yes, they weren't involved in World War II or the Spanish Civil War. And Justin's got it. That's the Russian guy. Good job to Russian. Justin for the Russian answer. A guy who was Russian declared himself King of Andorra in the 1930s because he thought he could get away with it. Anyway, we'll talk about that too in my video about Andorra La Vella. Before I continue real quick, we have 22 people here. Hello to everyone. If you have not done so, please give this video a little thumbs up. It really helps out my channel and it helps to circulate this video around YouTube while it's live. So I would really appreciate that. Hello, Ariana. Good to see you. Hey, Barnaby. All right, number 8. In which mountain range is Andorra located? Oh, let me take down this pinned comment. Unpin. There we go. In which mountain range is Andorra located? Looks like Barnaby got it first. It is the Pyrenees. Good job to Barnaby. The answer is the Pyrenees. Yeah, Ariana, there's a rainstorm outside right now. It's my favorite kind of weather. I love it so much. I'm so happy. It is in the Pyrenees mountain range. Number 9. Don't worry, Justin. As long as I can understand what you're saying, you're good. Don't worry. Number 9. Andorra has the most what per capita in Europe? Go for a guess. Oh, it's raining in Ohio too. That's cold. Feels like winter. Not sheep. Not Catalan speakers. That's a good one though, Ryan. But Justin has got it. It is tourists. Good job to Justin. Andorra has the most tourists per capita in Europe. I mean, makes sense because there's not a lot of people there. Apparently, most people who are in Andorra right now are tourists. How fun is that? Number 10. Andorra has the largest what in Southern Europe? I say that because I'm very certain that there's a much larger one elsewhere in Europe. I want to say it's in Hungary. That's your hint. Not ski resort. That's probably in France. The Vatican has more tourists. Well, apparently, Andorra has more tourists than the Vatican. I don't know. Not cities. Andorra has the largest what in Southern Europe? That's because Andorra is tiny. I mean, the Vatican is tinier, but yeah. Maybe Vatican City doesn't count because people live there, but they don't technically live there. Not average snowfall. Andorra has the largest what in Southern Europe? Ski resort was not that far off. It is a place for tourists and other people to go, but probably mostly tourists. I'm sure just regular Andorrans can go there too. Not mountain, not hotel. You guys are on the right track. I do know Saddam Hussein is. I'm American. We know who Saddam Hussein was. You guys are on the right track. The Vatican's so small they have 2 popes per square kilometer. I don't think so. A resort is getting closer. Closer. Andorra has the largest what in Southern Europe? Not camping. IDK says Justin. You're so close, Justin. Funicular? No. I'm not quite sure what that is, to be honest, Barnaby. Dr. Pickle's got it. It is a spa. Good job to Dr. Pickle. Andorra has the largest spa in Southern Europe. I'm pretty sure Hungary has the largest spa in Europe. Pretty sure, but moving on. Or maybe Czechia, but probably Hungary. Number 11. Another fun question for you. What makes up 9% of the country? 9% of Andorra is made up of what? Or I shouldn't say made up of. 9% of Andorra is what? It's in Budapest. I knew it. What makes up 9% of Andorra? Hey, aloha to Pretty Garv. National Park is very close. You're like, ooh, so close, so close, so close. So not mountains. Andorra's 100% mountains. And Vatican is 5.9 popes per square mile. Andorra's probably 99% forest, but there's something special about 9% of the country. And Young Guy's got it. It's UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Good job to Young Guy. 9% of Andorra is designated UNESCO World Heritage. How interesting is that? We're going to talk about, oh no, actually we're not. Because technically part of the UNESCO sites in Andorra La Vella, but most of it isn't, so I didn't bother talking about it in the video. But moving on. Pretty cool, right? Yeah. Number 12. Who is Andorra's airport named after? Who is Andorra's airport named after? Who is Andorra's airport named after? And Justin has got it. They don't have an airport. Good job to Justin, who figured it out quick. They don't have an airport. I was trying to trick you guys. Joe Biden, imagine. Yeah, there is no airport in Andorra. They do have a helipad, but no airport. Number 13. Oh, look at this question I wrote. Every once in a while I try to trick you guys. Andorra builds one. There's nowhere to put it. There's no span of land to build a runway long enough in Andorra. It's all mountains. This question I wrote, which is very funny, it says, besides the Vatican, Andorra has the most what per square mile? It's not popes. I promise you, it's not popes. Besides the Vatican, Andorra has the most what per square mile? I forgot I wrote this question. I wrote it like 2 weeks ago. Not crosses, not people, not churches, and not paintings, not tourists. We already did that one. Not castles. I wouldn't consider Andorra to have a castle. And not ski lifts. So basically, the Vatican has the most of these per square mile in Europe. Andorra's number 2. So think about something that the Vatican has a lot of. Priests. No, Addie. Although they do have a lot of priests. Not Catholics, not statues, not tiles either, not cardinals. Think about types of buildings. Think about types of buildings, not windows. That would be interesting. Which country has the most windows? Not sculptures, not banks, not churches. I thought there's some pretty big churches in the Vatican, but Happy Squirrels has got it. It is museums. Good job to Happy Squirrels. The answer is museums. Besides the Vatican, Andorra has the most museums per square mile. Number 14. I really made you guys struggle when I made this quiz. What is the sommitant? I like these questions where I just give you a word and you have to figure it out what it is. What is the sommitant? What is the sommitant? Pretty Garf went to Andorra. They skied and got drunk. Sommitant. Yes, S-O-M-E. Hey, Kimchi, by the way. Good to see you. It is not the solstice. S-O-M-E-T-E-N-T. Sommitant. What is the sommitant? DR has got it. It is their military, or the young guy said defense organization. It is their militia. Andorra does not have a military, so the sommitant is a volunteer from each family signs up for the militia, and they don't do anything because they don't need to. But they're all required to carry one rifle. in their homes. That is the Samadet. And number 15, last question for Andorra. St. John's Eve is more commonly known around the world as what? It is a dad's army. It is an army of dads. St. John's Eve is a big holiday in Andorra. What does the rest of the world typically call that day of the year? It's not Christmas. Matins is like a Christmas thing, right? DR. Guten Tag to Ibrahim, or Gute Nacht to Ibrahim. You can ask a question, Mohammed. It's not Sunday, it's not Easter, not Halloween, not Thanksgiving, not Christmas. Matins is like Easter, and it's not Easter. It's not Groundhog's Day, that would be fun. St. John's Eve is more commonly known around the world as what? Not May Day, young guy, but you're getting, that's the closest guess so far. Where am I from? I am from the United States. I'm from California. Right now I live in Nevada. Not St. Patrick's Day. Do I know the history of Israel and what it does to the wounded people of Palestine? Yes, I do. I have 2 videos, one for Israel, one for Palestine on my channel that I talk all about it and give my opinions on it. Pretty much I am on the side of peace. I'm not on the side of terror, whether that be through an organization or a repressive government. I'm on the side of peace. The end. Heart has got it. It is the summer solstice. Good job, to Heart. Or as Joel said, the longest day of the year. It is the summer solstice, is what we call it around the world. All right, our next country that we're going to talk about on my channel is Montenegro. So let's see how much you guys know about Montenegro. And by the way, we've got some more people here. Hello, hello. If you've not done so already, please give this video a little thumbs up. I would really, really appreciate it, and it will help bring in more people to play along with us. I'm glad Ariana changed her mind about Russia. There's no such thing as bad countries. There's only bad governments, right? People and countries are fine. Governments and countries are bad. We don't support governments. We support people living in countries. But moving on, let's talk about Montenegro. Number 1, what is Montenegro's domain address? Maybe Addie. I don't know. So, not .an. It is a domain address like .com or .uk, is a domain address. What is Montenegro's? And by the way, that's a good one, Ibrahim. I like that. Never mind. Young guys figured it out. It's .me. Good job to young guy. It is .me. And they make money selling those domains. So people have websites hosted in Montenegro so they can have whatever .me as their address. Number 2. What old town in Montenegro is a UNESCO World Heritage Site? Yes, we're on to Montenegro. What old town in Montenegro is a UNESCO World Heritage Site? Just like Tuvalu with .tv, exactly. One of the main incomes for the country of Tuvalu is selling their domain rights. DR has got it. It is Kotor. Good job to DR. The answer is Kotor. Weirdly enough, not Podgorica. It's Kotor. I think Kotor's older than Podgorica. All right, this next one is a number. So we're going to play high and low. I have a question for you. The answer is a number. Go ahead and guess a number. I'll tell you if the answer is higher or lower than the guess until we get it. So number 3, how many beaches does Montenegro have? How many beaches does Montenegro have? And by the way, it's not 0. I'm not tricking you. They actually have beaches. How many beaches does Montenegro have? Okay, it is higher than 4, lower than 200, higher than 65, Lower than 200, higher than 65. I guess with Libya's. It is lower than 134. It is higher than 104. So lower than 134, higher than 104. It is lower than 120. Muhammad, I'll get to you in a second. It is lower than 120, but higher than 100. We're getting there. Higher than 115. It is 117. Good job to Eddie. The answer is 117. They have 117 beaches. Yes, it's very, very sad that the hospital was bombed. Absolutely reprehensible. It's a war crime. It's not permissible at all. But moving on, they do have a coastline. Yes, they have a coastline. I shouldn't say. I might have made it a question. I don't think I did, but they do have a Mediterranean coastline, I'll say. Number 4, Montenegro has the oldest what tree in the world? So Montenegro has one of the oldest trees in the world. What type of tree is it? It is the oldest of this type of tree in the world. What tree is it? And DR's got it. It is an olive tree. Good job to DR. Montenegro's home to the world's oldest olive tree. Pretty cool. Number 5. Which James Bond film took place in Montenegro despite not being filmed there? Which James Bond film took place in Montenegro despite it not being filmed there? And DR's got it. It's Casino Royale. Good job to DR. The answer is Casino Royale. Number 6. This one you have to know your history of Yugoslavia. What was Podgorica renamed to in 1946? What was Podgorica renamed to in 1946? And DR knows it's Titograd. Good job to DR. And Silvio got it too. The answer is Titograd. It was called Titograd because, of course, it was. Number 7. This one is a year, but you're probably going to guess it. What year did Montenegro become independent from Serbia? In what year did Montenegro become independent from Serbia? What year did Montenegro become independent from Serbia? You're way off. It was, let's see. Hart's got it. It's 2006. Good job to Hart. The answer is 2006 was the year that Serbia and Montenegro became 2 countries. Number 8. This is another fill in the blank. The Constitution describes Montenegro as a civil, democratic, and blank state. Ariana's speaking the truth there. The Constitution describes the country as civil, democratic, and blank. And Justin's got it. It's ecological. Good job to Justin. The answer is ecological. It was the first country to use the environment in their constitution. They are an ecological state. I love that. Number 9, atop Lovchen, which is, I think that's the Black Mountain in Montenegro, is the world's highest what? Atop Lovchen is the world's highest what? Not a monastery. Not a bad guess, but not a monastery. It's a good place for a monastery. But I don't think either they have one there and it's not the world's highest or there isn't one there. On top Lovchen is the world's highest what? No, not soccer stadium. Kind of hard to fit a soccer stadium atop of a mountain. What's a dormitor? I've heard that word before. I don't know what it means, Silvio. And not a cave. I'm sure there's higher caves than that. I'm sure the Himalayas have got some higher caves, right? Atop Lhasa is mausoleum. Yes. Mohammed, we're not going to discuss the situation anymore because it's really sad, and we'll talk about it on a later date. But yes, on top of Lav Chen is the world's highest mausoleum. I think their national poet is interred on top of the mountain. Much easier question. Number 10. What is Montenegro called in Montenegro? So they don't call their country Montenegro. What do they call it in Montenegro? Hey, Sarah, good to see you. Silvio's got it. It's Crnogora. Good job, too. Silvio for getting it first. Eddie said home. That, too. But the answer is Crnogora. It's how you say Montenegro in Montenegrin. All right. Sorry if I mispronounced this word. Number 11. The Cetinja Monastery contains whose hand? The Cetinja Monastery contains whose hand? They have a hand. Whose hand is it? It's not Mary's. It's definitely not Jesus' hand. The Yeti? No, it's not. It's a person. It's not the abominable snowman. Young guy's got it. It's John the Baptist. Good job, too. Young guy. The answer is John the Baptist. Tito's not a bad guess, but it is John the Baptist's hand. I kind of want to know if it's all like nasty. I don't know. But anyway, they have the hand of St. John the Baptist. And on that same vein, number 12, the Hussein Pasha Mosque contains whose beard hair? The Hussein Pasha Mosque contains whose beard hair? Not Suleiman. They have his beard hairs probably in Istanbul. The Hussein Pasha Mosque contains whose beard hair? It's not Jesus, it's a mosque. That would be strange. Whose beard hair can you find in the Hussein Pasha Mosque? Young guy's got it. It's Muhammad. Good job to young guy. It is the Prophet Muhammad. It does need to be said, speaking of Muhammad, it does need to be said, but just not in an ASMR relaxation chat. Hussein Pasha sounds Ottoman. It's because it is, because that was Ottoman country for a long time. But yes, apparently they have the beard hair of Muhammad. Interesting artifacts in these churches and mosques. So many body parts, but moving on. This next question has 2 answers, but you can put just one at a time because one of them is going to be a little tricky. What 2 animals are on Montenegro's flag? There are 2 animals on Montenegro's flag. Can you name them? One is an eagle. Good job to DR. Or the 2-headed eagles, as Addie's more accurate. One is an eagle. That's the big one. The other one is a lion. Good job to Hart. There's a little lion right in the middle of the flag and a little shield. Good job, Hart. It is an eagle and a lion. And number 14, last one for Montenegro. The Bay of Kotor is Europe's southernmost what? The Bay of Kotor is Europe's southernmost, not harbor, not ocean. It is a fjord. Good job to Justin. It is Europe's southernmost fjord. How interesting is that? I did not know that they had fjords in the Balkans, but here we are. All right, the next country we're going to talk about, speaking of tiny, obscure European countries, is Moldova. I have for you 14 questions about Moldova. Here we go. Number 1. What beverage is Moldova famous for? Hi, Sabi. Good to see you. Moldova does border Ukraine. We'll talk about that. Not vodka. What beverage is Moldova famous for? Not cognac. It is wine. Good job to Addie. The answer is wine. Moldova makes a lot of wine. I might talk about it more, so I'm not going to elaborate. But yeah, they love wine there. They have wine festivals and all kinds of things. Number two, what region declared independence? The cat is great. He's a little weirded out by the rainstorm because he's never seen rain or before. I put him outside in our balcony and he panicked, but he's okay. He's getting so big. It's crazy. DR has got it. It is Transnistria. Good job to DR. The answer is Transnistria. Transnistria. Number three. Why did Moldova and Romania establish a green corridor between their countries last year? Last year, Moldova and Romania established what they call the Green Corridor. Why does that exist? DR is close. War in Ukraine is close. It involves the war in Ukraine, but I won't accept that as an answer. It involves the war, but yeah. Why did Moldova and Romania establish a green corridor between their countries? It is for the refugees. Yes, DR has got it. It is so Ukrainian refugees can swiftly move between the borders of the countries without going through border hassles. They can just go right through to Romania, to wherever they need to go for safety. That is why. Good job, DR. Number four. What animal is on Moldova's coat of arms? This one might be tricky. What animal is on Moldova's coat of arms? It's not an eagle. Hello, Hannah. Welcome. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you like to listen before bed. Not a squirrel. Goodness. What animal is on Moldova's coat of arms? It is not a bear. It's not a bird. It was good of them, right, Walker? Alexander put a bull. Now listen, it is technically not a bull. It looks a lot like a bull. It is not a bull. It's not a cow either. It looks an awful lot like a bull, but it is not a bull. It's a very specific animal. Look closely at the tiny emoji. Renzo has got it. It is an auroch. Good job to Renzo. The answer is an auroch. An extinct type of bull that was way bigger than bulls that used to live in Andorra. They've got fossils all over the place, aurochs. When you see like the cave paintings, like Lascaux and all of that, those aren't bulls, those are aurochs. They're huge, huge bulls. They're all extinct now, though, but many of them used to live in Moldova, and they were probably hunted to extinction in Moldova. It's an extinct bull. It's not a yak or a bison or anything. It's just a giant guy. Number 5, what is Moldova's currency? What is Moldova's currency? What is the name of their money in Moldova? Yeah, an auroch, right? It is the leu. Good job to Sarah. The answer is the leu. You have the Romanian leu and the Moldovan leu. Extinct animals are insane. Yes, number 6. Moldova has the world's largest building shaped like what? Thanks, Silvio. Moldova has the world's largest building that is shaped like a what? Justin knows it is a bottle. Good job to Justin. I think it's a wine museum inside there. It is the world's largest building shaped like a bottle. Very cool. Number 7. Tipova Cave is the largest what in Eastern Europe? Tipova Cave is the largest what in Eastern Europe? It's not a cave. It is a monastery. Good job, young guy. The answer is a monastery. However, Addie is half correct because it's not in Tipova Cave, but I think Moldova does have the largest wine cellar in Eastern Europe as well. But Tepova Cave is the largest monastery in Eastern Europe. Number 8. What language in Moldova is considered critically endangered? What language in Moldova is considered critically endangered? Not Russian. Russian's not going anywhere anytime soon. Same with Turkish. Yeah, not Russian. Russian's not going anywhere anytime soon. A Turkic language? I believe it is a Turkic language. It is Gagauz. Good job to Justin. The answer is Gagauz. Gagauz. They have their own region. There are speakers there, but they're dying out. And there may come a day sometime soon when there are no more Gagauz speakers. Very sad. Here's another fill in the blank. Moldova has one of the oldest blank trees in Europe. So we've just learned Montenegro has the oldest olive tree. Moldova has the oldest what tree in Europe? Sarah's got it. It is an oak tree. Good job to Sarah. The answer is an oak tree. Europe's oldest oak tree. Number 10. What is celebrated in Moldova on August 31st? What is celebrated in Moldova on August 31st? What holiday do they celebrate on August 31st? Not Halloween, sadly. I wish. That's October 31st. It's not Independence Day. It is a special holiday to Moldova, but it is not Independence Day. What do they celebrate on August 31st in Moldova? Not a lot of countries have this holiday. I know Korea does. I think North and South Korea both have this holiday as well, commemorating something very specific to their country. Do any other? Korea has Hangul Day. Language Day. It's not called Romanian Language Day because imagine there would be riots. I'm going to give that to Sarah. It is just Language Day, they call it. Good job, Sarah and young guy. It is Language Day. Number 11. And just a normal day in the United States. We don't have an official language, so we don't have Language Day. On number 11, what country was Moldova part of in 1924? What country was Moldova part of in 1924? It was, it's Justin's got the one I'm looking for. It is Ukraine. Good job to Justin. Technically, it was in the USSR, but it was part of the Ukrainian autonomous SSR, whatever they called it. It was part of Ukraine in the 1920s. That would change in like the 1930s. Moldova got its own SSR. But yes, it was part of Ukraine in the 1920s. Number 12, Prince Dragos named the Moldova River after what? And I'll tell you the story all about it. I was reading about it. Prince Dragos named the Moldova River after what? This is how Moldova got its name. Not Hungary. Goodness, Evelio. So it's where the word Moldova comes from. Prince Dragos named the Moldova River after what? It was not his daughter. I mean, you're not far off, Justin. That wasn't a bad guess. It's not his daughter. Not his mother. Keep going. We're going to get there. Not his wife. Prince Dragos named the Moldova River after what? Not his grandma. Not his auntie. It was his dog. Good job to Eddie. The answer is his dog. The story is that Prince Dragos was hunting aurochs, and his dog, oh, hello, Dan. His dog went off to chase an auroch, and it fell in the river and drowned. And the dog's name was Molda. So he named it the Molda River, which is how we get the name Moldova from a good dog, apparently, who was a little too enthusiastic about hunting. That's the story. How interesting. Number 13. Recently, Moldova banned a political party that supported what? Recently, Moldova banned a political party that supported what? And Ariana's got it. It is Russia. Good job to Ariana. It was a pro Russia party that they banned from their parliament. Top G dog, yeah. It was a pro Russian political party. Not communists, just